I don't like goals. Like I'm weird. I'm very against goals, right? I am more about one goal, and that is forward. One direction forward, regardless of what, like, because if you think about it, whatever goal you have, it's down the road, right? Whether it's 10 feet down the road, a mile down the road, 10 miles down the road, 100 miles down the road, doesn't matter where it's at, you're still going to be moving forward to get there. So your wheels, your direction is still moving forward regardless. So for me, I like to, like a lot of people, they focus on systems, right? But they never focus on the skills to fill the systems. So they'll say, well, if I learn this system, I'll be great. But they don't, they don't want to, like, imagine you were a speaker, okay?
Yeah.
And you said, well, I'm going to learn a speaking script or a format of speaking that will allow, that these big time speakers use, and I want to learn that format. I want to learn that way of speaking. But then you never focus on articulation, on learning inflection. You never study great speakers and learn how, you might say the right words, but you're kind of talking like this and you're boring. And you never learn how to actually articulate yourself in a way that, keeps people's attention and use different tones of voice. And you never worry about the skill of speaking. You worry about the system. So I see a lot of people do this. And for me, I think that when you learn new skills, the outcome of that and the byproduct of that replaces goals. So, if you say, okay, I'm going to get my company to 100 million. Well, what do you have to do to get to your company 100 million? Let's just say that you have to focus on strategic partnerships, or you have to focus on sales or selling or whatever. Like for in my company, for 𝐃𝐚𝐧.com, for me, I had to focus on being as persuasive as possible and learning how to shift people's perspective, because in that business, a lot of people have a lot of limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And so they want something, like they want to buy something. They want to educate themselves, but they don't, because they don't believe in themselves. So I had to get good at helping people believe in themselves and showing them a way and articulation. I didn't worry about how much money I was making. I didn't worry about where I wanted to be. I worried about getting good at that. And those things happened as a result of it.
Oh yeah. So there, there's a lot of Silicon Valley companies and venture capital backed companies who they have this mission statement and they have this goal of going public or getting acquired and changing the world or whatever. But a lot of these companies, they're tracking all these different KPIs, which is just a fancy word for different metrics. And a lot of the time, over time, they figure out there's only one or two numbers that actually matter to drive the entire business forward. And it might be like engagement per user. It might be how many times do they log back in to the software per month, right? So it's all about finding the truth of like only the top 1 to 3 most important things that you can influence in the business, and only focusing on like those things. So I think the goal would be, the most important goal is actually finding the right metrics, finding the right things to focus on in the business. And so I'll just give you an example. For us at Shine On, when sales are slow, I'm like, I don't care, because engagement's way up. Like I know that the money will come. I know sales will come. Let's just keep ensuring that engagement per user is up. Like they're interacting in our Facebook group, like they're logging into the app like X amount of times per month. So I think just finding those business, like the most successful business people, they're truth seekers. They're just trying to find the truth. And there's all this complexity and there's these clouds of different information. And if they can simplify and boil it down to just the most important thing, then they'll sort of be a guiding light for everyone in the business.
80-20 rule, Pareto principle.
Yeah.
Watch the full episode by checking the link in description. And if you want daily success mentoring, visit howtothink.com and become a member.